Hey people. Um, so today I've been racking my brain like what am I wanna do like breakfast with Leash about this month. Um, and then I thought about it and I was asked this question, like in this season of my life, like what have I learned about myself? And that like I just really been thinking about it ever since I've been asked that question. And one thing I will really realize I've grown so much in um the umbrella of motherhood because motherhood now has this new meaning because I'm a stepmom and I'm a mom. So at first it was like I always kind of felt like I was a stepmom to Jay's kids because like kind of just how the way things evolved with us, it just became natural like to feel like I had four kids. And but then as time like getting married and really like being like that really is actually who I am, it I'm like dad, like I really am a stepmom. And it's just kind of like a whole like mom isn't just like my only title, and being in that whole like it's a different change of hats. That's the biggest thing that I've learned and I've had to grow. Like they're although they both have mom in them, it's definitely a different set of emotions. And I feel like in the beginning, being a stepmom, I really had to make sure like make myself feel like I love them as much as I love my own kids. And that's not something realistic. Like you can't force yourself to just love somebody and in the way you love someone else that you brought into this world. So, then kind of fishing through that and just letting time and our relationships and our bond, you know, come together on its own, like at its own pace in its own time, and really be uh real love, like really be real love, and still still just care for them and get to know them for the people who they are, and get to understand them the way I understand my own kids. And it just it brings on so many emotions. And being a mom, like carrying somebody in your body and giving birth to them, like you literally bring them into this world. And and now you watch them become like essentially at some point in time an adult. um but at this time it's like a person, like they're growing. John and Lana are growing so much and so fast. Like Lana, like she using slang, and I'm like, when she started talking like that? Joe is just becoming his, like it's little things that he does that showed me like he's not a little boy. He's turning into a young man, and it just shocks me still because I'm still not stuck, but I'm still just thinking of him as this little baby that I brought home from the hospital. And like they're not, they're so far from that. Is crazy. This is just so far from that. And then being with Kiera and Jeremiah and just seeing their growth in the like 3.5 years that we I've been in their part of their lives. And it's just like they're not little anymore. They're, you know, Jeremiah is so tall. It's it's just a big growth of emotions. And if I would have to say, like, one of the biggest things that I've grown as a mom and a stepmom is that you have to let them be individuals, and come into their own thing and really figure out who they want to be, and just give them the tools to be good people, like overall good people, and want to do the right things and not negative things. That's like the hardest journey, because when you have kids, it's so much you want for them, so much you want to give them, so much you want to show them, so much you want them to be, and it's hard to let go of your ideas and things that you want to do, or things that you want them to do, and let them figure it out. Let them figure out what they want to do. That's just like, in a way, it's like the thought of it, like, it's hard, and then you also think, like, I don't know if I can do that. So, with that being said, like, the hardest thing about being a stepmom is when you want certain things for your stepkids, and it's like you don't have the permission to just give them things, or just do certain things with them. Like, it has to be by committee. Like, you have to go to the one part, to your partner, and then 9 out of 10, your partner you can probably convince your partner, or your partner can see the good, or may agree with you. Y'all might be on the same wavelength on what that looks like, or what they need in that matter. But then you have to get the other party involved, and then getting the other party involved is not always a easy thing, depending on what type of situation you have. In my situation, with getting the other party involved, it's never a good thing. Never a good thing, to say the least. So it's just always like a struggle. So then it's just like, if this is something we're going to do, then we end up having to maneuver around when the kids are just with us. If there's something specific that we want them to do, or it's something that they want to do, and we're trying to make it happen for them, or something we want to be a part of. It's like so many moving parts sometimes go into something as simple as, like, going to the beach for the day, or going to a family cookout. It's like all this drama and all this work that's involved, and to just seeing just a group thing is so many layers and so many complications of being, like, a parent in general, or being a parent in a blended family. And then, in my opinion, like the mom carries so much of the weight, so much of the process, because, like, we're the thinkers. Like, we organize everything, we think about everything, we realize, like, we plan ahead. We look, even like our anniversary. We, with planning it, and the dates it fell on, the time when we were supposed to get Kiara and Jeremiah. So I had to kind of, like, remind my husband, like, don't forget, we got to make these arrangements. So, reminding him to, like, make these arrangements for Kiara and Jeremiah to be picked up, and getting them situated for where they're going to stay while we were away. Organizing where Joe and Lana was going to stay, what they were going to be doing while we were away. And some parts like I, as a mom and a stepmom, like I legit enjoy and look forward to like the kids' birthdays, planning their birthdays, organizing their birthdays, and you know, just the excitement that after I've done all this work and running around and everything, and seeing what they've done, seeing like what they wanted come into play, like that part, like fulfills me. It makes it brings a special like joy. Um, and then sometimes it's like the constant the hardest part is like, yo, am I doing this right? Did I say the right things? Am I doing the right things? Am I making the right decisions? If am I being too lenient when I need to be tough? Am I being too tough when I need to be lenient? And always constantly having like that balance, and then juggling like the rotation of schedules, for the kids, because you have one set of kids that's here 90% of the time. Then you have another set of kids that's just only here on the weekends. And, they're in a situation where their schedule kind of changed based on their mother, but, what their mothers decide. And that's tough for me. That in the beginning was really tough for me to handle, because it's like it's just the carrying of emotions, and you love these children and you care for these children the way you care for your own, and then quickly in an instance, like, you're reminded that they're not your kids. Like, yeah, you care for them and you're somebody important and significant in your life, but there's constantly things that come up in life. Maybe not just anything that's particular, or something. It doesn't even have to be something that someone's done or said, but it's just like a snack that reminds you these not your kids. You can control what like you don't have a say. If you wanna go for certain things or do certain things, and you need permission for certain things. Going last year when we started remote schooling and the kids were here, all four of them were here, and I was trying to find out about an assignment for Jeremiah, and you know they called James because I'm not listed on any of his paperwork as an emergency contact or someone who can obtain information. It's just like, even something like that is just, I don't think I ever said it to James, but like even something that small, like kind of like hurt my feelings, because it's like, here I am, like stressed out, trying to work from home, helping him, his sister, his other sister, and his other brother, like do remote schooling, and I can't even. I have to get permission to just find out, to ask the teacher a question about his assignment. Like, are we doing this right? He doesn't have the proper work, or we're not under. He's not understanding this, and even something as simple as that, and the way, because their situation is so complex, it's not even kind of like I could put like a force to be like, I need to be on this paperwork, because it's kind of just the situation is so difficult. So that makes like really wanting to be the role of, do other things as his stepmom or as Kiara's stepmom so much harder. Like, and then if you turn around and you also feel bad, because like, I gotta do I have to do all these things for my own children, and I constantly feel bad because I'm doing all this for Joel and Alana, and then I can't do the same type of things for Kiera and Jeremiah. And it's not because I don't want to, but it's just at a point where I literally can't because they have a mother that's supposed to do these things, or, you know, that's going to do these things, and kind of have to, it's just like a soft line, like an invisible line that you have to be aware of. And you don't really know if it's okay to cross it, or like you gotta step back from it until literally the situation just comes. And then you go to the other kids and you gotta do, not only there is no line, and you gotta do that, and it's just like you're expected to do wherever that requires you to, and 10 times more. So it's constantly, I feel like I'm constantly in like a tug of war of Mimi versus mom. Um, and it could be draining, legit draining the life out of me. But like it's just, I guess the easiest thing to say would be just like growing from it and learning from it as time has gone on. I've learned that some things is just I can't feel guilty over because one has something that the other hasn't. And the most positive thing I can say is, I mean, the most, well, yeah, the most positive thing I can say is just like, you just, no matter what, you just love them through it. And your relationship with them is your relationship, and nothing, you know, nothing will take from it. Like, just constantly being someone they can depend on. And one of the major things that I've learned and came to the realization is that if nothing else with these kids, I've realized that I am really helping them with becoming emotionally intelligent. Like we talk about, you know, Jay, he's not really deep in his feelings, so it's kind of like a sticky thing for him. And then I know my kids did, like he's not sitting there talking about feelings all the time. And I'm I don't know the kids' moms to say what she do and don't do, but you know, from outside looking in, it doesn't seem as though. But I'm constantly talking about their feelings, trying to talk to them about their feelings, helping them process their feelings and really work through it, and help them figure out why they feel the way they feel, and letting them know it's okay to feel the way you feel, is, you know, whatever you feel is okay, and help them understand what these feelings are and what they mean. And you know, so if I, like I said in the beginning, if I realize like in this season, what have I learned as a mom and stepmom, that that would be the thing that I learned most. And that's because I've been spending a lot of time working on my feelings and processing my feelings, and you know, working through them, and just helping myself become emotionally intelligent, because I'm such a sensitive and emotional person myself. Like I just wanna, you know, it's taken me a while, but I've just wanted to be able to be calm, and not just calm, but like help kind of control my feelings, because I get so agitated when the world can see it, and knowing the world can see it, but also being okay with the world can see it, but being able to say it to people and say exactly what I feel and how I feel, and learning not to be afraid to say what I feel, because that definitely has taken me a long time to do. My mom would tell everybody that, but you know, finally getting there, and now I'm just trying to educate all four of the kids of those same things. And I know for a fact, if I don't bring them nothing else, that is just definitely something I can say that I'm working on with them and they're getting it from me. And sometimes I can see it and sometimes I don't. But, it's a process. They only 12, 10, and 9. So we still got a long way to go. And there's 50 million more emotions that they're going to learn and find out about. So hopefully I wasn't talking all over the place. But that's the 50 million things that's going on in my head about being mom and Mimi. Till next time.